which means that the believers are not going to be in control of Damascus from now until that day. Are you following me? He's going to be attacked by an army from Sham. Damascus today is not only ruled by a sectarian Shia movement that is oppressing the majority Sunni Muslims, brutal suppression, but also Damascus today is the supreme voice in the Arab world of Arab nationalism, taking over from Baghdad. Arab nationalism is a rival to Islam. And so an army is going to come out of Sham to attack Imam al-Mahdi. And when that army crosses Medina, going south to Mecca, the earth will open and swallow that army. This is the third of the three khusuf. 10 major signs of the last day. Number 1, Dajjal. Number 2, Gog and Magog. Number 3, the return of the son of Mary. Number 4, Dukhan. Number 5, Dabbatul Ard. Number 6, that the sun will rise from the west. Number 7, 8 and 9, 3 earthquakes. But these are earthquakes in which the earth sinks down. So they're called khusuf. One in the east, one in the west, and the third in Arabia, not Tamansuri, UK. Arabia. And when this takes place, that army is going to be swallowed. This is sign number 9. And number 10 is that the fire will come out of Yemen. Damascus has one more importance, and that is that Dajjal is also going to be in Damascus. When Nabi Isa alayhi salam comes down, Imam al-Mahdi is in the masjid. The salat takes place. After the salat is over, Imam al-Mahdi, the Nabi Isa alayhi salam will say, open the gates, because the masjid is barricaded. And Dajjal will be outside. And when Dajjal sees Nabi Isa alayhi salam, his fright will be such that he'll melt the way salt melts in water. And so we do not treat Damascus so easily. We do not analyze the uprisings and the insurrection in Damascus, in Syria, from a limited perspective. Rather, we're looking at it in a long-term perspective. What's going to happen between now and that moment when Nabi Isa alayhi salam returns? We know that Israel will have to wage a big wars. Maybe we postpone our international Islamic retreat because we're expecting those wars to commence soon, maybe within the next 1 year. I leave you with these thoughts. What we've done tonight is to touch the subject of Syria from our long-term perspective. Iran is going to suffer serious consequences if there's regime change in Syria. Iran will be isolated. The attack on Iran is pre-planned. I don't think it's because they want to simply destroy the nuclear plants in Iran. I think they have a more important perspective, that they want regime change in Iran. They want a virulently Shia regime in Iran that will become more amenable to building a relationship with Israel. The attack on Pakistan is coming. And when the attack on Pakistan takes place, it will be for the purpose of destroying Pakistan's nuclear plants and dismantling Pakistan's nuclear weapons. Israel cannot launch a big wars when Muslims have a weapon that they can use effectively against Israel. It follows, therefore, that perhaps the first attack will be Pakistan. What we have done tonight, and time is now up, is to look at this perspective look at this subject from the perspective of Islamic eschatology. And when you do that, you'll see a pattern emerging. A pattern which is showing you Israel inching, moving forward little by little towards her eventual objective of launching her big wars. And then blaming Islam. Islam is now rising up, the Arab uprisings. Islam is emerging in Egypt because the election's coming. And the Islam that is rising up in the world today poses a threat to Israel. And we have to do something to save Israel and to save the world from Islam. And that's why we have to launch these big wars. These events are coming. And it is time for the ulama to return to the Quran. It is time for the ulama to return to the Quran and to return to Nabi Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam and return to ilmu akhiru zaman so that they can understand the reality of the world today and they can explain it to the ummah of Nabi Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. رَبَّنَا تَقَبَّلْ مِنَّا إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ السَّمِيعُ الْعَلِيمُ وَتُبْ عَلَيْنَا يَا مَوْلَانَا إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ التَّوَّابُ الرَّحِيمُ بِرَحْمَتِكَ يَا أَرْحَمَ الرَّاحِمِينَ. Ameen. May we have the question and answer now? Barack Obama is not there by chance. They put him there. They put a black man in the White House. And they put the black man in the White House to take blame, to be the guinea pig, to take the blame, because they know what's coming. I guess they're probably waiting for, the US dollar is already finished. It's in ICU. They're keeping it alive. They're waiting for a war, probably. And then they blame the war for it. And the US dollar will then collapse. Wall Street will witness its collapse. And then they will demonetize the US dollar, meaning it's no longer recognized as legal tender. And because so many countries hold stacks of US dollars, you can't buy oil in the world without US dollars. That's unfair, really. So all those US dollars that you're holding will suddenly collapse. China is going to lose most of all. Saudi Arabia is going to be losing a lot. And then they will replace the US dollar with another currency which will have a fraction of the cost. So on every $1 that you had, you're probably going to get 5 cents. White America is going to suffer massively. Black America is not rich. And when white America suffers this massive blow, the United States has a very curious law. In the United States, you're allowed to buy guns. Oh yeah? You can buy as many guns as you want. It's the law. So white America has lots of guns. So when the US dollar collapses, you're going to have fireworks in the United States. Fireworks, riots, killing, and they're preparing for it. But I don't know about